Hey everybody, happy Monday. Welcome to your week. I came up with an exercise that might be beneficial for people today. I've set up a teaching table and I've programmed the East hand to open a no trump and the West hand to bid 3 no trump. So basically what I said is give East 15, 17 balanced and give West fewer than 4 cards in each major in a semi-balanced hand. Enough to force the game, but less than you would want to investigate slam. And what we're going to drill on today is just practicing how to lead against the auction 1-no, 3-no. So we're going to go a little more specific than normally we would talk, but this is a situation that pops up often enough that you ought to have some thoughts surrounding it. Okay, so East opens a no trump, West bids 3 no trump. And the main thing that you want to keep in mind about this auction, two things, I guess. First of all, they're going to have between 26 and 30, 31 high card points, right? So if you kind of take the middle of that, like in because of the way that distributions work, maybe towards like the lower end of that, they're going to have something like 27, 28 points on average on an auction like this. So one thing we can do is realize that the defense is going to have about 12 or 13 and subtract what we've got away from that to get an estimate for what our partner's got. Now, why would we do that? Well, the more stuff that we've got in our own hand, the more we would tend to lead our suit. And the less that we've got in our own hand, the more we would try to maybe lead partners long suit. Okay, so there's that idea. The other thing is realize that on this auction, it's not good enough to just say, I'm going to lead fourth for my longest and strongest. I mean, that could work out. Anything could work out. Some of this stuff is, incremental gains, I suppose. But a main idea you want to be keeping in mind on this auction is that your opponents are biased towards minor suit length because West has not used Stamen or a transfer. So what does that mean? It means that on average, our partner is going to have more major suit cards than he might otherwise have if we hadn't thought of that. So anyway, there's that idea. 1-no, 3-no, it's kind of like we're always trying to find the 5-card suit, and I would almost always try to lead a major on this auction, unless I had something like, Queen, Jack, 10, 9, 5th of a minor, such that I could lead a long suit and have it be a safe and attacking lead at the same time. I'm almost always going to lead a major on this auction. Okay, so here we have a 7-card suit, and I think we're just going to lead 4th best from that, hope for the best. Okay. And we'll lead the 7 of hearts, see how that does. It's going to do really well if partner has another heart. He doesn't. And it's not really my intention to play through these, but I suppose we can go ahead and do that. So realize at this point, like, you absolutely know that partner does not have another heart. He would have returned a heart if he had one. So declare's got Jack and 1 left. And we really don't have an entry to our hand at this point, right? So I guess this is going to turn into a little bit of a discarding video. We don't have to keep these hearts. There's no hope that we're going to be able to get in to cash them all. So really the only thing I need to keep is the king of hearts. And there should be no sweat on these discards. Now the question is, do we want to lead a heart back into declare's hand or a club and force him to break stuff? And I haven't really been paying attention, but we'll go passive here. Jack of hearts, diamond to that. And it turns out that we needed to lead clubs. I wasn't paying attention, honestly. And one thing here, like, again, this is n equals 1. So don't draw too much of a conclusion from this board in particular. But one thing I like to do at the end of a board like this, where, especially where we're doing an experiment, is look at the double dummy. So we go to the hand diagram here. You go to the recent hands at your table, click on the hand diagram, and then go to show double dummy and look at, the 4th best heart holds the contract to 3, assuming I defend correctly in the end game. Or a club would have worked. The spade works not as well. The king of hearts obviously would be kind of a disaster. So anyway, the point of this is just to show you how to use this tool, this hand diagram double dummy tool, to see like how good your different options would be. So let's get like 4 more of these opening leads in and then call it a video. So this time West had enough to open and our partner's going to be on lead. That won't help us much. This one should be 1-no-3-no. Okay, so I have 8. Partner's probably going to have like, 12 minus whatever we have, give or take. So partner hasn't gotten much. I don't want to lead minors. And I do want to lead our 5-card suit if we have one. Our 5-card suit is more likely to be hearts, and that's what I would lead here. Okay, and I would like to have the agreement that I lead either 2nd or 4th best against no trump. So when I'm leading a suit like 9-8-3, I like to have the agreement, say with Audrey, that we lead the 8 from combinations like these. Okay? And the reason we're not leading spades here, or at least my logic, is that if partner has a suit that we can set up, like a long suit, it's more likely to be hearts than spades, just because we have fewer hearts. Okay, if I have 4 of my own spades, it's less likely that partner also has 5 of them, given that there is a balanced hand on my right and probably a reasonably balanced hand on my left. Okay, so I would lead the 8 of hearts. We're going to do some counting, give E16. Let's practice that. 11 in the dummy is 27. We're looking at 8, which gives partner 5, give or take 1, if I've done the math correctly. Let's look at the first trick here. So it went 8-10, king 2, and partner's not going to have the queen, right? Because he won the king. He would play the queen if he had king, queen. So we're looking at about 1 to 3 points for partner left. And the only heart he could have is the jack of hearts. They lead a club, we're going to duck that. And we learn right away that partner doesn't have the jack of clubs. Partner doesn't have room for the ace of spades. So what partner could have is the queen, jack of diamonds. Declare's got an entry to his hand. I don't want to lead a heart at this point, right? I just want to lead something passive, so we'll just go back to spades. And partner spade means the declare can't have 2 left, therefore we can pitch one and pitch our other one. Diamond to the queen. We'll hope that I think partner's got to have the jack of diamonds at this point. Otherwise, declare would have too many points. And then declare's just going to have the queen of hearts left. We know that from the trick 1 play. So a little insight into how you defend and discard here too. Board 5, 1-no-3-no. We go to our little show double dummy thing. And it turns out that as long as we didn't lead a diamond, we're looking at them making 4. Let's do one more. It should be 1-no-3-no. I have a 6-card suit, so we're just going to lead 4th best from that. Oh, it looks like West had minor suit Stamen. Interesting. So this auction is even more biased towards East-West having minors now that West has basically implied that he has interest in a minor suit slam, right? He's forcing the partnership to 3-no, but along the way, he asked East if he fit one of the minors. East said no with 2 no trump. So West's hand is more biased towards minors than it would be on just like a 1-no-3-no auction. And East hand is a little bit more biased towards majors because he wasn't able to answer the minor suit Stamen positively. The question is, do I still want to lead my 6-card heart suit? I don't see any reason not to. Let's lead that. And let's skip the defending part and just do a couple more lead thoughts. 2 more lead thoughts, and that'll be enough for the video. Let's not do this one because partner actually had an opening hand. This one should be 1-no-3-no. We have 8. Partner's going to rate to have about 4 or 5. Here, like if the suits didn't matter, if there weren't bias, I would definitely be leading the queen of diamonds. That would be the most attacking and passive thing I can do. And by the way, like Usually you lead the queen in situations like this, not the 8, where you've got 2 touching honors and then a gap and then a 4th card. So certainly if, queen, jack, 9, 8 were a major, I would be leading the queen here. Against this auction, I really want to lead majors, not minors. My hand is strong enough that probably we can't set up partners spade suit, even if you had 5 of those. That would be one thought. So I think I'm just going to lead a small heart here. And I would lead the 10 if my hearts were as good as 10, 9, 7. But here I'm going to lead the 3. One more. We're going to have a 1-no-3-no auction. This time we have 4 points. Partner could have as many as like 10 or 11. We want to lead a major. We want to try and set up a 5-card suit if possible. And I would lead the 4 of spades here. And not the 8, because I'm going to treat the 10 as an important card in the suit. And I'm just going to lead third best here. So anyway, hope that gives you some thoughts on leads against 1-no-3-no. And, the idea that you can work out, kind of get a good estimate for what partner's hand strength might be, which helps you in the decision of, should I be setting up my own hand or partner's hand? The idea that normally against 1-no-3-no, you're trying to find the partnership's 5-card suit if one exists. And remember that on a 1-no-3-no auction, your opponents are pretty heavily biased towards minor suit length, which means that unless a minor suit lead is screaming at you, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, something like that, tend to lead a major. So I hope these thoughts help. Hope you have a good week of bridge ahead of you, and I'll be back with more content soon. Happy Monday, everybody. Talk to you soon.